shall we? So, this is gonna be a little different. My Dragon Ball discussion today is gonna be a little different. I don't know. Let me do a Lucas check. Let me hear Lucas real quick. Lucas, go ahead and say something, bro.
The name's Luke, or Lucas, whatever you want to call me.
Yep.
And first things first, I just want to thank Alan for this opportunity for being a part in the Dragon Ball Z character discussion, just the two of us. Because the last time I was in a Dragon Ball Z discussion video was on Hachiak, aka Cell Max before Cell Max.
Oh my god, yeah, the Cell video, bro. Oh god, the Cell video, dude, the Cell video, we hyped up Cell way too much in that video, bro. Cell was hyped up, but, right now I want to talk about, like, all forms of Gohan, so that means, like, obviously kid all the way to adult, like, in the present timeline, but I also want to talk about future Gohan, and then we might mention, like, Gohan Black, since, you know, Sparking Zero, and then maybe, like, the Heroes version of, like, future Gohan.
Yeah, and especially Super Saiyan 4 Gohan.
Yep.
Because it's also in Dragon Ball Heroes.
That's right, yeah, you're right. Did Gohan have any, like, breaker mask or anything? No? Yay, nay? Because I know he has, like, that Xenoverse possessed shit, but I don't know if he has, like, the mask.
I remember the possess... No, pretty much no, from what I remember.
Okay, now then bet. Alright, but we're just going to start with, like, Kid Gohan, just to kind of start things off easy. I'll just pull up, like, as you can see, I'm on Google right now. I want to do this one a little different, because I'm always usually downloading the images, and then, like, swiping from image to image. We can just look it up here. But, as I was saying, Kid Gohan, he didn't really do much, you know. He was just crying, like, during the beginning of his life. Like, he was just, like, a normal-ass boy. Like, he was, like, even less than Goku was when he was a little kid, you know? Since he didn't really need to fight at birth, you know what I mean?
Yeah, knowing that Gohan's the type of person who doesn't really like fighting.
Yeah, he just wanted to be, like, a scholar like his mom wanted him to be. Right? That was pretty much, like, Kid Gohan in the very beginning. But, like, if we go, like, to the Cell Saga here... Or not Cell Saga, Saiyan Saga, that's when he started, like, learning how to fight, you know, because Piccolo taught him and shit. Like, Gohan, I want you to do this. I want you to destroy that boulder with your hidden latent potential. Because he was a big part in not only the Saiyan Saga, but also, like, defeating Raditz. Because he weakened Raditz, like, really hard, if I remember correctly, yeah. What do you think about that one, Lucas?
I honestly think it's kind of a great timing, like, it's a step, like, to the right foot.
Mm-hmm.
Because Gohan just basically just caved Raditz's chest armor.
Yeah, he did, but he also weakened him heavy.
Yeah, and since Gohan lost his father, Goku, he had to be mentored by Piccolo. And Gohan was like, oh man, I can't work water, food, I miss my mother.
Yeah, bro, oh my god, yeah, he was, like, kind of, I mean, to be fair, though, like, don't you think anyone would kind of be, like, if they were that old, don't you think anybody else would be that much of a baby, you know, a little bit? Because Gohan was, like,
yeah,
what, like, 4, 5 years old? Like, he was not that old when he was forced to get into confrontation, like a fight to save Earth and shit.
Yeah. In Gohan's place, I would have been like that too.
Yeah, I think I probably would have been worse off if I was Gohan, to be honest, bro. Being forced to fight people I don't want to fight, and, like, being forced to do something like my dad has experience with and everyone around me has way more experience with, and then I have to be just as good as those guys, you know, to stop the Saiyans and shit? Nah.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little ridiculous. And then we'll also mention, like, Ozaru right here, because, why not? Oh, did I even share my stream? I probably didn't, but... Huh?
The Ozaru thing.
Yeah.
That thing was kind of cool, to be honest.
Yeah, like, Gohan going Ozaru. We'll talk about it in this little Kid Gohan bit. We'll mention it just here with the same image or something. But, Gohan went great up against Piccolo and then Vegeta later in the Saiyan Saga. After that, like, Piccolo cut off his tail, or they got Gohan's tail, like, permanently cut off, so he doesn't, like, turn to Great Ape at night and ruin everything, like Goku did back in the day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if it was Kong, because I know Piccolo cut it off, but, like, who did that shit permanently? I think Goku was the one who did that shit permanently, but I could be wrong.
I don't really know about that.
Yeah, because I think just after, like, the Saiyan saga, like, they just wrote Gohan, like, tail getting snipped, like, off screen or something. Like, it was an off-screen event. Yeah. We'll use a different image for, like, the Frieza saga.
Gohan. And speaking of Saiyan saga, Gohan, he was scarred losing his mentor, like the same person who he treated like a friend.
He was scarred for life. He was. That's a little better.
Out of all haircuts Gohan had, this is the funniest one.
What, the one in the Frieza saga right here? Bro, where he's just in the fit? Gohan went through so... Like, if you guys think Gohan went through so much in the freaking, Frieza, or Saiyan saga, bro, you guys are wrong as hell. Because, bro, when he went into the Frieza saga, bro, he went in there with Krillin and Bulma, bro. And keep in mind, right?
Yeah, he did.
There was no Goku.
Dude,
There was no Yamcha, no Tien, no nobody, bro. Like, literally, the only person he had, the only two people he had that were on his side was Bulma and Krillin at the time, since they were the only two warriors that survived the whole Saiyan on Earth thing, because everyone else died, if y'all remember. But for most of that arc, Gohan was just a survivor, bro. It felt like getting the Dragon Balls, getting the power-ups from, like, frick, I can't remember, Elder Guru or something. Like, this man was just doing everything he could just to survive on freaking Namek, bro. Like, there was... Oh, God. Like, I felt bad because when he got into the fight with Raccoon, I felt bad when he fought Dodoria for a little bit, when he got into his confrontation with Vegeta. Yeah, Gohan got folded by Raccoon. I think his neck got snapped, actually, by Raccoon when he kicked him so hard. Like, he not only got him unconscious, but if Goku didn't get there with the Senzu beans, he actually would have died. Like, right there.
Yeah.
From the damage. I think even Krillin, like, got all of his bones broke by Raccoon, too. With that one kick, it paralyzed him from the waist down.
Yeah.
Or head down. Like, Jesus, dude.
And that is proof that the Ginyu Force was no joke.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Ginyu Force were no joke until Goku showed up with his intense... Actually, no, even when Goku did show up, because if you remember when he did... Well, this isn't a Goku video, but we'll skip that part, okay? Look, I just remember as well, like, when Gohan had to fight his dad, like Ginyu in Goku's body, bro. That must have been one of the toughest things for Gohan to do. Like, I gotta hit my dad's body... But in essence, I know it isn't truly him. That must have fucked Gohan a little bit mentally, bro. Like, he just went in there. But...
Poor Gohan. Poor little boy.
Yeah. I think Gohan also kind of, like, I don't know. This is just, like, the theory part of the video, which y'all can, like, add in your own input if you want to. But, I think Gohan, like, sort of, like, he didn't like the idea of hitting, like, obviously Goku, but I think... he wanted to do it because there were so many reasons, like, Gohan could be mad at his dad for it. Like, I know, this is just a theory, alright? But, like, if you think about it, right? He could have been, like, all that pent-up anger from, like, I mean, because Goku obviously didn't do, like, anything really wrong, but there was a lot of things, you know, Gohan could be mad at Goku for. Because, you know, little kids can be mad at, like, be the angriest kid over so much small things. But in Gohan's case, you know, think of this way, Lucas. I don't know if you ever thought about it like this. But in that moment, like, Goku's body, like, became, like, Ginyu, right? It's like, Gohan could be mad at Goku for, like, you know, dying, you know, against Raditz, right? You know, I mean, he did take care of the threat, but he could be mad at his dad for, like, dying on him and forcing him to fucking fight with Piccolo and shit, and getting him involved with the whole, like, Saiyan saga shit when he obviously didn't want to be, you know. But I'm not going to say, like, the whole Namek saga, because Gohan volunteered to do that shit. Because he said it was on me to bring, it was on me Piccolo died, so I gotta do this in order to bring his ass back, But, I don't know, I just felt like,
Piccolo back?
Yeah. Because remember, if you remember the moment with Gohan, this is before the Namek Saga. I know we're going, like, bouncing left and right, but, if you remember the moment Chi-Chi and Gohan had in the hospital room, like, the in-between of the Frieza and the, right after the Saiyan Saga, where he got on his mom a little bit, saying, because if you remember, Chi-Chi went on a full-ass rant. I would pull up a video, but that's copyright, and images are, like, the best I can do. But, I remember Chi-Chi was like, nah, you're gonna go back to being a normal-ass boy. You're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna be a scholar, you're gonna do this, right? And Gohan's like, Mom, I ain't gonna do that shit. Like, the whole reason Piccolo died was because of me. And if I don't try my best to wish him back, bro, after what he did for me, and he barely knew me. We only knew each other for like a few months, maybe a year tops. Yet he sacrificed himself for me. I gotta pay him back, bro. I gotta pay Piccolo back. That's why he went to Namek like as he did, bro. I would actually argue Gohan's braver than a lot of boys his age, because again, he's only 5 here, bro. Like, keep in mind, people think he's like going in his teenage years for some reason, thanks to the fucking English dub. But, bro, he was 4 to 5 years old going to Namek risking his life, bro. That is crazy work. And then the shit he did on Frieza's second form and even final form in the anime, even crazier.
Yeah.
Even...
That proves that Gohan's a badass.
On God. Even crazier, bro. Alright, now let's find, like, freaking Teen Gohan. I'm gonna go through the whole thing, alright? Try not to spend too much time on this.
If we're gonna include Teen Gohan, shall we include the BoJack Unbound one as well?
I mean, that's pretty much Teen Gohan stuff, or quote-unquote Teen Gohan. Let me try to find a base Teen Gohan image. God, I hate how they call him Teen Gohan. When he's not a teen, he's still 9. Oh, God.
10 or 11.
Well, he's 9, because I remember in the anime they say he's 10 to 11, but in the... I'll just use this Gohan action figure. Just to be a little funny with it. I'll use this Gohan Amazon figure for this bit of the video. But, I'll let Lucas take over Teen Gohan from here since he is the birthday boy, bro.
Alright, I'll take it.
Alright.
I'm gonna be honest here.
Yeah?
Teen Gohan, that's the part where Gohan was an actual badass.
Yep.
I'm gonna say this. The moment when he was, in the Android Saga or Cell Saga.
We can start Android Saga, actually. We can start there, because that's where Gohan, was, going into it, but it was still, a little before. It was, after the Frieza Saga and shit, which didn't really do much against Metal Frieza. He just watched Trunks whoop ass. And then for a little bit, because the androids were coming, he did train with Piccolo and Goku for a little bit there. But other than that, and Goku did hit Gohan because Gohan was going to rush down to try to save Piccolo. But Goku, stopped him because all Gohan would have done was gotten himself killed if he went down there in that scenario right now, and Goku's not going to allow that.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, Goku stopped Gohan for a good reason.
He did. He could have probably handled it in a better way, but then again, Goku was fuming too at the same time that his homies was getting murked. And Gohan was acting irrational as shit. Yeah. But anyways, let's go on to, Gohan, now, the image that I'm showing right now. Go ahead, Lucas. My bad. I just didn't want to forget anything.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. The first time I saw Gohan in the same drip as Piccolo, that is kind of one of the coolest things I've seen Gohan wear.
Facts.
The cape makes him look badass.
Factual information, bro.
It gives. Look at this. Tell me you wouldn't really like wearing that drip in case you were to cosplay as Gohan.
Bro, I remember Gohan, cause if I remember correctly, before Gohan even got this fit, the Piccolo fit, He was wearing like normal, not normal clothing, but he was wearing like if I remember, like he was
the same armor that he was wearing, that Vegeta was wearing.
Yeah, the same. That's right. Yeah, because because when Gohan was a little kid, they went in the hyperbolic time chamber for a little bit, and they started training up, and then because the whole point they went in there was for Gohan to at least unlock Super Saiyan and to at least help him be on the same level as Goku himself slash even stronger, right? Because
yeah.
Keep in mind, I'm gonna fill in all the little details so Lucas can talk about the cool shit, right? I'll talk about the lame shit.
All right.
Little in betweens, but what I was gonna say was they went in the hyperbolic time chamber together mainly because Goku saw a lot of potential in Gohan, potential to obviously surpass him, and he's like, okay, if I was to stop fighting, I know the Earth is gonna be okay because Gohan's Super Saiyan, crazy power, his rage, and all that other sort of stuff is gonna carry the planet. All right. He's about to be a different freaking breed, all right? And I can tell you he's about to be a different breed because he's about to be a different breed, all right? And basically when they got out of the chamber, Gohan Master Super Saiyan and all that other sort of stuff. And Lucas, I'll let you take over from there.
All right. And that part of where Gohan was eating just like his dad.
Yeah.
He was like, when Goku was talking with his mouth full.
Yeah, because they didn't eat all that good in the time chamber, if I remember correctly, since they both are not really good cooks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, they can key blast all day to cook up their shit, but I bet that tastes burnt as shit. So.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But anyways.
And also, when Gohan was just chilling with his dad and Krillin, like some days before the Cell games, that fella was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Especially one of those funny moments where Gohan accidentally broke a cup, and then Goku broke a cup, and then boom, he destroyed a whole piece and the whole table, and it was kind of funny for me.
It was kind of funny, yeah.
Gohan was like, oh shit, I broke it.
Yeah. Oh my God, I know what moment you're talking about. To reiterate, Lucas is talking about like when they were basically being Super Saiyan for that whole 9 days, as a part of their training to stay in Super Saiyan, but also learn to use Super Saiyan, but like within their base forms, like. Yeah, because that's a big part of their training is to stay Super Saiyan, but like try to maintain it and treat it as like you were in your base. I remember that. Hey, I wish Vegeta would have like followed Goku's footsteps, man, because that's some genius level shit. That's some Turtle Hermit shit, bro. I felt like learning how to live your everyday life as a Super Saiyan, but also learning how to not break your bed, learning how to not break the forks and bend the knives and get too angry at something or whatever. Just learn not to bash up the house. That was a funny-ass moment. But that training, hey, Goku was a G doing that freaking training, telling Gohan to stay in Super Saiyan and shit. I remember Chi-Chi did not approve of that shit. She hated the fact that Gohan was a Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hated that a lot.
Like, I know it's off topic, but Goku was way better in Z.
Like, just that, well, I mean, obviously Goku was better in Z, but, Alright, let's find a Super Saiyan 2 image.
Now, back on track, let's get to the Cell games.
Yeah, let's get to the Cell games.
After Goku's fight with Cell, Goku gave Cell a Senzu Bean because he knew Gohan could hold Cell.
See, that's the thing, right?
Gohan.
That's the thing, right?
Gohan was scared.
Wait.
Gohan was scared?
Hold on, wait, Lucas, hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on a second. You know what? I'm going to put you on the TV. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm going to put you on there. Everyone's about to hear you now. Hold on. Let me, go ahead. Output device. Let me try to unmute my TV. Give me a sec. So I want you on the...
I'm on the PlayStation app.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just on my PlayStation app. I'm using my headphones because without the headphones, the audio is just shitty on the PlayStation app, so...
Yeah, I got it.
Here,
let me go ahead and on my headphones, but I'm going to put you on the TV so we can hear you a little better. Where is it? Audio. There we go. All right, Lucas, now continue. Okay, you should be on TV now.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. All right, have to do... There you go. Yeah, now you're on TV, boy. All right, now continue. Talk about them cell games, bro.
Alright, Cell games.
Mm-hmm.
Cell, easily one of the best villains in Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
Easily one of the best villains.
Yep.
Dude, the moment where Gohan, where Cell summoned those Cell Juniors and started folding every Z fighter, including Goku.
Yeah, that was a real... Because, like, what is it? It was because Cell was trying to, like we mentioned in the Cell video...
But if it wasn't for Hercule...
Yeah.
Throwing Android 16.
That's true, yeah. If it wasn't for,
He tried to have Gohan's hidden potential.
He did. 16 really did, because he was like... Because I remember everyone there, right, in the Cell games, they were just like, dude... Like, they were fighting for their lives up there against Cell. And also, keep this in mind, Gohan's fight with Cell when he was in Super Saiyan really is not that much worth talking about. And I mainly say that because it was just like Gohan getting smacked around for a little bit. Maybe Gohan getting like one hit or two hits on Cell. It wasn't like all that. That's why we're skipping past to when the Cell Juniors came out, for anyone wondering, right? But,
yeah.
when Android 16 came out and told Gohan, like what Lucas said, when he told Gohan, let it fucking go, you know, that was 16 telling him, look, I get it, you don't like fighting, all of a sudden, even though you've been fighting since you were fucking 5, right? Where is that anger?
You gotta let it go, Gohan.
Like, yeah, you gotta let it go, alright? You have to let it go. You just have to let it go. And I hate that in this arc in particular, because Gohan in earlier arcs, and this is a Gohan discussion video, so I can do this. Bro, he was always ready to let that shit out. If he snapped, he would have snapped. You know? Hold on, let me send Chris a party invite real quick.
And Gohan saw Cell crushing Android 16's head with his foot. And he was like, no, not you. And then snap.
Yeah, I might just show the transformation, to be honest. I honestly want to do it so bad. Hold on, let me, yeah, hold on, my bad. I'm also texting Ronnie on the side, but anyways, you know what? Let's pull it up. Hold on. Alright, I only want to show a little bit of the transformation, not the entire thing. So we're going to skip right on through. Because Gohan just did it, bro. He just transformed. It was one of the coolest moments in all of anime. And plus, I don't want my video getting taken down. So there you go. You got your little bit of Gohan screaming for a second. Let's go back to the. Alright, but yeah, Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 against Cell was easily one of the peakest things on the planet. One of the best things on the planet, even. And really one of the best moments in Dragon Ball Z, bro. And honestly, after, during the Cell Saga, Gohan, turned into somebody else entirely, bro. He went from a pacifist to somebody who's ready to murk no matter what, right? And I'm like, yo, that's different, because when everyone else was Super Saiyan 2, right? Goku, Vegeta, everybody else later in the series who obtained it, no one was as bloodthirsty, or no one was as, bloodthirsty as Gohan's SSJ2, you know? Goku and Vegeta were straight chill with it. They weren't, more aggressive than Gohan with it. I mean, obviously, because Vegeta with Majin Vegeta, which, obviously, he was more aggressive. I know I repeated myself there, but Gohan, showed us, Super Saiyan 2, what happens when you fuck around and find out when you fully activate his rage and he can blow it to a whole new level for the first time, man. And I say it was scary because it was scary and it was different. Yeah. It was really different because it was whoa, because this isn't some small outburst like he had during the Frieza saga, during the Saiyan saga, during the little Raditz beginning tidbit of the saga. This is something that ended Cell's entire life. And also Gohan did fuck around by saying, I want to make him suffer for a bit, which I thought he was a pacifist. Yeah. I thought he wasn't about that shit, but Gohan really made me think, yeah.
And he was the first person to make Cell grow up Android 18.
He was.
I remind you.
I'm surprised Vegeta didn't throw up 17, but that just goes to show Imperfect Cell's endurance. But anyways. Go ahead, Lucas.
Alright. The moment where Cell, he was like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to blow up the earth. If I can't get my perfect form, I'll blow the earth and I'll take you guys with me.
Yeah, that was one of the rawest Kamehamehas on the planet, dude. Sure, it wasn't the final Beam Clash level, but, dude, it just showed, that was just another moment of Gohan showing his domination towards fucking Cell. His dominance towards him. It was insane when he did that when Cell did his, because I can't remember if it was, because it was Super Kamehameha that Cell did. Obviously, it wasn't we're talking about the one where Cell flew up all the way in the air. That's the moment we're talking about, not the one where they're on the ground going at the battered arm, all that shit, you know. That's not what we're talking about. Also, I want to throw this bit in here. Gohan, for a lot of the movies, the earlier and even up to BoJack, he basically did his thing. He was, okay in a lot of the movies. Even I would argue even later Dragon Ball movies that aren't the Super movies, or even the Super movies, the Resurrection F and Battle of the Gods, he was just a thing in those movies. So for anyone wondering if we're going to bring up the movies,
he was just...
I just want to...
kind of there.
Yeah, I just want to keep it at that as simple as possible, because, it's not really all that important.
Yeah, it was...
Other than Beast and shit. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But anyways, go ahead, continue what you're saying. My bad.
And the part where Cell came back and just murdered Trunks. We're like, how did you come back?
Yeah, and then Vegeta's outburst, if you remember, and shit.
Yeah, I saw your character discussion on Vegeta.
Yeah, we talked about that heavy and why Vegeta was such a dumbass for doing that, and why he probably should have gone Super Saiyan 2 there. I think in my Vegeta or even Cell video, I wish he went Super Saiyan 2 when Trunks got murked, but then that probably would have lessened the impact of SSJ2 and Gohan being the only one and all that other sort of shit. But
yeah, and the father-son Kamehameha was Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that was one of the best Kamehamehas we have ever gotten. Hands freaking down. One of the best. I'd actually argue, right, with the Teen Gohan shit, I would argue Dragon Ball Z could have ended at Teen Gohan, right? Like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan versus Cell. And it would have been one of the best endings. Because if you remember, Z Kai originally ended at the Cell games, and we didn't get the Buu Saga for Z Kai specifically until many, many years later. And I always felt like this was one of the best ways to end Dragon Ball Z other than the Frieza Saga. Like, the Cell games was the best way they could have ended it. Like, you know, father lending the Earth's, like, the priority of saving Earth to his son, it was perfect. Like, the father-son Kamehameha, the way all the characters helped to defeat Cell at the end, it was some of the best shit. One of the best things Gohan, I think, ever did. And obviously, like I said, in, like, the movies, like, even the BoJack movie, he basically Gohan in the movie BoJack was kind of the same thing like Cell. It basically was like, BoJack kind of felt like Diet Cell in a way. Diet Cell is crazy, but that's kind of how he was in the movies and stuff.
Also, BoJack was, and some people might disagree with me, but honestly, my favorite Dragon Ball Z movie besides Friends 13 is BoJack Horseman.
Fair enough. That was a pretty solid DBZ movie. But anyways, let's diverge for a little bit from Kid Gohan / Teen Gohan here, and let's talk about Adult Gohan. Or actually, well, instead, let's talk about Future Gohan real fast.
Was a kid.
Oh my god, yeah, we gotta talk about his kid days too, because he was pretty tragic. Alright, Future Gohan here, buddy. So, I'm gonna just try to wrap this up as quick as possible, since Future Gohan, like in comparison to our main timeline Gohan, didn't get a whole lot of, I mean, he got a lot of development because Trunks talked about him and kept him in high regard, but basically, for the most part, right, for a good chunk of it, Future Gohan and present-day Gohan were pretty much the same. Like, in terms of getting captured by Raditz, you know, the full entire Frieza saga happened the way that it did. And it's just like, I would say, like, the Metal Frieza bit was the same exact thing. Maybe, other than maybe, like, Goku getting there first or something, there was no Future Trunks or some shit. Or whatever. But other than maybe like the Metal Frieza Saga bit being different, the real difference starts after that, where like Goku gets the heart virus. Gohan was extremely affected by this because, you know, he witnessed the androids murder all of his homies, you know, and for years the androids were kind of fucking over his, you know, his Earth and shit, and he tried to fight them, but every time he tried to fight them, he'd barely get out of there alive, and he also would be training Trunks on the side. And honestly, I would say Future Gohan is really tragic because of the fact that he didn't have no hyperbolic time chamber. He didn't have no goddamn, he didn't have no hyperbolic time chamber. He didn't have no Piccolo, no Goku to help train him even further than what he could have. He didn't have, like, none of that shit. He just had to basically kind of be like Tien, where he would train on other sides of the planet, or far away from the androids, so that way they wouldn't, like, come over to murk him or where he's at and shit. Keep his power level, like, really low and, you know, low and about or whatever and shit. It kind of sucked. And that Gohan, you know, even losing his arm, like, you know, to the androids, even losing his life to the androids. Future Gohan's life sucked. Just in general. Oh yeah, and also in other games, like Sparking Zero, games, he did get Super Saiyan 2. He did get Super Saiyan 3. Super Saiyan 3 Future Gohan was actually in Heroes as well. Future Gohan also got Mystic in Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai Another Road, and they have like what-if stories about Future Gohan having those transformations. And other than that, I just kind of want to make Future Gohan's bit of the video pretty damn brief. Because he's whatever.
And unfortunately, his death was a canon event.
Yeah, he died to literal ki blast spamming. Yep. The only character in the entire series to die to ki blast spamming. Because keep in mind, that's Vegeta's technique. And that shit never works. But I guess on Future Gohan, he just wasn't so fortunate. And it worked on him. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Like, 17, 18 kind of bitches for kind of jumping him in the first place. But whatever.
Yeah,
but anyways, let's go back to our main timeline, Gohan. Okay, Lucas, since we're now talking about adult Gohan here, main timeline Gohan, why don't we start it? You can go ahead and start us off then on adult Gohan over here.
Yeah, let's just start with Buu Saga.
We're gonna jump immediately. Oh yeah, that's right. No, go ahead. My bad. I just realized you're right.
Let's go to the Majin Buu Saga.
Buu Saga was adult Gohan.
Dude, I'm gonna say about adult Gohan. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
The Great Saiyaman part was kind of hilarious because gotta give me some good guy Ginyu Force 5.
Yeah, I'm surprised he even, like, was inspired by the Ginyu Force, because keep in mind, right, don't you think, like, the Ginyu Force, because this is my mentality on this, right, like, when Gohan started doing the Great Saiyaman stuff, started going to public school, because keep in mind, Gohan at this point in his life, he was not an adult, but Dragon Ball Z considers him an adult, especially in the English translation. This is, okay, because in the Buu Saga, this is where Gohan is actually a teen. Or like a teenager. I mean, sure, in body, he's like more of an adult, like physically. But like mentally up here, he's like just hitting teenager, okay? So for anyone that doesn't know, the hyperbolic time chamber only ages you physically, not mentally. So Gohan in that entire Cell Saga was like a 9-year-old. So keep that in mind. Now Gohan going into the Buu Saga, he was like, what, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13, 14, 15-ish? Like, in the physical, he's probably 15, yep. But, like, he's a little bit younger than that in the mind. But, anyways. Moving on from that point. Luke, go ahead with that. I was gonna say, like, about Great Saiyaman, right? About, don't you think Gohan would have been, like, a lot more traumatized from the Ginyu Force to even be fucking acting like them?
For one hand, it would be kind of true because Gohan may have a little bit of PTSD for what Riku did to him.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, like, as well, they also did their stances and their funny moments in front of Gohan, too. If I'm not mistaken, like, at least once or twice they done funny superhero poses in front of him. So you would think, like, Gohan would maybe feel a little threatened by that, or, like, feel a little weirded out that he's even trying to mimic. And I know Great Saiyaman isn't like a complete one-to-one like mimicry of, you know, the Ginyu Force and their poses and all that shit, but I don't know, man. Great Saiyaman was weird.
When it comes
Go ahead.
Weird but unique.
Yeah, weird but unique. I'll give you that. And plus, a lot of people didn't like, if I'm not mistaken, right? Not a lot of people liked the Great Saiyaman shit that Gohan was going with. Throughout all of Z.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah.
And the funniest part is that Videl found out that Gohan was the Great Saiyaman.
Yeah, because, like, if I remember, he wasn't really all that good at, like...
Giving a secret identity.
Yeah, because if you remember as well in the Buu Saga, before he did the Great Saiyaman shit, you know, the people found out the Golden Warrior still exists because he went Super Saiyan to stop an armed bank robbery really quickly.
Yep.
And just did his damn thing real quick and just left. And I remember that's when Videl really got on his case because he was like, wait a minute. The motherfucker was wearing the same shit as you. Are you sure you're not the Golden Warrior and shit? And that's when Videl was really starting to get on him. Before the Great Saiyan Man shit.
Videl wouldn't be that dumb.
Well, yeah, but like, honestly, I don't know, just the way they interacted, like, early on, too, was kind of ridiculous, because, like, if I remember correctly, like, Videl, I think, blackmailed Gohan, too. Like, she said, I'll reveal everything if you don't just straight up tell me that you're him, or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, that's how it went.
Or if you don't, she was, and she told me, she even told him, convinced him to go to a world tournament.
Yeah.
Or else she would reveal his identity.
That's right. She forced his ass to go to the tournament. Oh my. I would have been done with Videl at that point, bro. And then we also got to remember the whole after the Great Saiyaman shit, after the blackmail. I think maybe not a smidge after the tournament, but I think before then, like, Gohan was also kind of trying to teach Videl how to fly. That little tidbit was okay, I guess. And also teaching Goten on the side, training him on the side a little bit.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad that Gohan and Videl's relationship developed.
Yeah, like, it started out kind of rough, like, Videl just trying to figure him out, to, like, oh, shit, they actually genuinely became friends, and then, I don't know when the hell they started, like, see, this is probably the weirdest part of Gohan's character, since I know Toriyama isn't all about the whole romance thing, but, like, when the fuck did Gohan and Videl started dating? Since if the Buu Saga was only, like, the entirety of the Buu Saga, right, was only, like, a couple days, if not, maybe, not a week, but, like, a whole afternoon or a whole couple of days, right, or whatever, when the fuck did they start, like, going out? You know? Like, was it after the Buu Saga events? Because obviously, like, when we see Videl and them again in the, what is it, the Son Goku and friends and all that shit, they're already a thing / married in Battle of the Gods. Oh, and also to kind of...
I have a theory.
Yeah?
Like, it may not make... I have a theory.
Mm-hmm.
It may not make sense for some people, but I'm going to try to explain it the best as I can.
Okay.
Although I don't really do a good job expressing what I... Okay, maybe it takes place way before Battle of Gods and way before Gohan and Videl ever got married, that Gohan and Videl actually started going out or dating or something like that.
Yeah, because usually the best way to explain that, right, would be like, oh yeah, they just started going at it, like, dating-wise and all that shit, like, just off-screen, right? That's, like, what everybody just randomly jumps to, because, like, you know, in later bits of Dragon Ball Z, they're married, but we're also forgetting a lot of tidbits Gohan had, as well in his character, and that was, like, the tournament when he got his energy drained and given to Majin Buu. That happened. The bit where Goku and everybody fought some of Majin Buu's warriors. We're going to quickly skin over that and go right to Gohan versus Deborah. Let's just immediately talk about Gohan versus Deborah.
Gohan made that same mistake 3 times.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Gohan versus Deborah was probably one of the worst fights I've ever watched Gohan get himself into. And I know it's because he wasn't training, like, super hard against a strong opponent for those 7 years after Cell, right? But even still, like, I remember this is what everybody was saying, right? If I was Gohan after Cell, I would be training like no fucking tomorrow. Be thinking about, if there's another threat like Cell, I gotta be on my fucking A game. I don't care. I might go into Vegeta territory where I'm training every goddamn day. To some extent, bro. Because Goku's dead. I'm the only one on the planet that can save everybody. Wait, run that...
Studying?
Yeah.
Yeah, or if I were Gohan, I would balance between studying and training. Like, I would put Gohan doing his studies, but at the same time also training with Piccolo.
Yeah, or somebody, bro, because Piccolo's always the one that sets him straight. If you remember in Super, because Super had to have him yeah, because Super and Resurrection F had him go through a lot of fucking things just to kind of get through, all that other sort of shit. Which we'll talk about Resurrection F, Battle of the Gods, Gohan here in a minute, because Battle of the Gods we can just talk about the ultimate Gohan side of things over there,
Yeah.
or whatever the case, but which I'll just use these two images here for that. But, yeah, Gohan's fight with Zebora, I think, was like the last bit we got of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and it was, again, one of the worst fights Gohan's ever been in, because it was like, whoa, like, y'all niggas, like, need to chill, all that shit.
I don't really hate it, but I also think but I don't really like how it was executed.
Yeah.
If I were to look at it now.
Right. I still remember that moment, too. This is a rare moment that no one talks about, when Vegeta actually talked to Gohan saying, "Bro, are you a disappointment to the Saiyans or some shit? What the fuck was that performance, my guy? I look at you in disgust, bro. I don't see the same motherfucker from 7 years ago against Cell. I see a fucking weaker version of you. What the hell is this? I swear, that 7 years of peace made you gone soft. I remember when Vegeta gave him that talk. Goku didn't even back him up. That's the crazy part. Goku literally sat there and kind of basically agreed with Vegeta that Gohan's kind of being a little bit soft, bro. It's crazy. But other than that, let's skip over a little bit, because Gohan, after that Deborah point, just got his ass beat. But they also said Gohan's going to be our savior with the ultimate Gohan shit. Yeah, the Majin Buu shit with Super Buu and all that. So we're going to skip right to that. I'm going to be completely honest. Yeah, go ahead.
Gohan got folded by Majin Buu.
He did, but I was going to also mention, like, the weird training regimen Gohan got to get this Mystic / Ultimate Gohan state, or latent potential Gohan state, where he's Super Saiyan without needing to go Super Saiyan. It's one of the weirdest transformations in all of Dragon Ball. And it's the only transformations like the Supreme Kais have granted Gohan. Basically, if I remember correctly, Supreme Kai, actually I do remember this bit, because I have a Dragon box in my dresser, and I would watch the shit out of that when I had no internet for like a month, so I would be seeing this moment over and over again. So, basically, Gohan was forced to sit on his ass for more than 24 hours to unlock this power, while like the Kai gives it to him while sitting there with his hands out, while reading this gag manga, right? And basically Gohan just sits there the whole time getting this new power.
Magazine.
Yeah, I think this might be one of the worst ways Dragon Ball Z has ever given a power-up to one of our main characters. Like, I just find it funny, right? That
funny is because Gohan was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, focus on me, bro. Like, focus on giving me this power, bro, so I can go defeat fucking Majin Buu, and go do my thing. But, I was gonna say this, right? It's kind of funny how people don't get on Gohan I get this too, but it's kind of funny. But, like, when people get on the Universe 6 Saiyans for completely changing the mold, right? We want to get on Caulifla and Kale a lot, and this isn't in defense of them, but we want to get on them a lot, right? But we don't want to get on Gohan for this power-up, like, as much. I think this might be, not on the same level, but this is pretty bad in terms of getting a power-up, like the power feels like completely earned, It feels like Gohan turned on cheat codes for a little bit, and turned on that cheat code of like gaining 99 levels in fucking Minecraft or something, immediately climbing the ladder without like doing the actual work for it. Like Goku did when he had Super Saiyan 3, or like when Vegeta did with Super Saiyan 2. This just felt like a cheap, like, power-up they could give Gohan.
Or when Vegeta, when he had Super Saiyan God.
Yeah, well, Vegeta, when he got God, that's a completely different story, but, which I might need to make a new video for Ego or something sometime in the future, or whatever Vegeta has now. Or, no, I think I already did it. Anyways, whatever. You get it, right? Gohan, in this case, in the Buu Saga, was a disappointment, because he went up to Majin Buu and said, "No, I'm here to kill you, bro," and proceeded not even to do that. He decided to play with his own goddamn food. Huh?
And guess what? By toying with Super Buu, guess what? He got folded afterwards by Buu-Tanks.
Yep. Buu-Tanks bodied him, then he got absorbed and turned into fucking mush. Oh, and then, by the way, keep in mind, when Kid Buu blew up the planet, this fucker died. So, what the fuck was the point of Ultimate Gohan coming in and saving the day if he was just gonna get folded? And by the way, after he got folded by Bootangs, he did nothing that entire arc. He just sat on Earth with, Videl and everybody asking to gather energy and all that other sort of shit. That's literally all he did after that. After he got folded, the planet blowing up, and after the planet came back, he just did nothing. He didn't even... I know he doesn't have instant transmission, so he couldn't get to the world of the Kais, but I'm just saying, I kind of wish he did a lot more in the Boo Saga, instead of just disappointment after disappointment in the Boo Saga, bro. I really wish he did something. Now... And Son Goku and friends, right?
Gohan in the Super anime.
It isn't as bad, but it's still pretty bad, and we gotta bring it up since it is his video, right? We gotta bring it up.
Dude,
yeah.
I have a problem or two with Gohan in Super. As a Dragon Ball Super fan, I do have a problem or two with him.
We all have problems with Gohan in Super, which we'll get to that, but right now I want to talk about, real quick, skim over the Son Goku and friends, because that also was like a canon Dragon Ball thing before Battle of the Gods and stuff. That was like a canon, OVA special. Gohan did not do too much in that, but you can see that Gohan and Videl were, kind of being a thing in there. Not married, but they were, kind of getting to that point in that little OVA thing. Yeah. Let me go ahead and let's get Super.
Okay, go CBS going. Get ready for a ride because we're about to express issues with you.
Yeah, we're gonna express all sorts of issues with you. All right, here we go. You want to start us off on Resurrection F or / Battle of the Gods? Actually, right. Battle of the Gods. We'll do Battle of the Gods before we do Resurrection F.
I want to start with Battle of Gods.
Yeah.
I want to start off right foot and get elliptic to Battle of Gods.
Yep. Lucas? I guess I'll start off for him, right? Okay, so basically in Battle of the Gods, right? Bro, what is going on? Okay. Well, I don't want that on film, so I'm gonna mute Lucas for a little bit, and we'll just get this bit started. So basically, like I said, Battle of the Gods, right, is basically a movie where Gohan didn't really do all that much again. He did try to fight Beerus, but other than that one fight he had with Beerus, it didn't go out too well. Then he helped Goku get, if I'm not mistaken, he did try to, help Goku by giving him energy to help him ascend to Super Saiyan God, and that was the extent Gohan did in Battle of the Gods. Now, I'm going to take over for Resurrection F since Lucas is having internet problems right now. Resurrection F was probably one of the worst things that happened to Gohan in general. Oh, God. And this is before the Super stuff. Lucas, you there? Because it says you loaded back in, so I don't know if you're there. But what I was going to say was, oh, God. Basically, all this nigga did in the movie was fight some Frieza soldiers, and then Frieza came in and bodied him. And then it was either before or after after Gohan powered up so Goku could instant transmission him, and then Gohan's just out of the movie for the rest of it. That's literally all Gohan did in Resurrection F, and it was one of the most disappointing things Gohan's ever done in just Dragon Ball. This was, a prime example of Gohan just not doing anything. He was not trained. This was the first time we got Gohan not training, only worrying about his life as a human, right? And obviously he's a very successful man, he's a scholar, he actually got that whole thing going and all that other sort of shit. He's doing his damn thing, right? But with all seriousness, right? He became, in return of that, he became one of the weakest / lamest characters. This motherfucker, at this time period, couldn't even go Super Saiyan. Like, he was debating if he could go Super Saiyan. How the fuck do you debate on going Super Saiyan? Bro, if I had Super Saiyan, I'd be training in that bitch every goddamn day. There would not be, well, there would probably be days where I stop, but there would be days where I'd just be on that shit, on that grind. But anyways, enough about Resurrection F Gohan. He is trash. Other than maybe, like, DBS, like, in the anime, there was, like, maybe a few times in Xenoverse, where he did get, like, possessed in Xenoverse 1, like, possessed Gohan, or I don't know if supervillain Gohan became a thing, but if you remember in Xenoverse, like, supervillain Gohan over there became a thing, or whatever, and yada yada yada, all that shit. But, Gohan in, Dragon Ball Super, for the most part, he was basically, like, on and off. Like, the Tournament of Power, like, he got this buff, he had a really good fight with Goku, like, adult. Before the Tournament of Power, he went up against Kaioken and Goku times 20, and they had a decent fight. Gohan still lost the fight, but it showed that in just a few days, Gohan became a weakling to a prodigy again. Then he went through the Tournament of Power with Piccolo, surviving a good chunk of it. I think he did in the anime, he did go out a little bit over there. I can't remember the events he did in the manga all that well. I think it was like the same with the anime for the most part, but just trying to skim through like DBS Gohan, not make this video too big or too long since this one's already an hour. But yeah, DBS Gohan for the most part was just kind of like a disappointment slash kind of cool at the same time. He did have his moments in Tournament of Power in the anime. But one bit of Gohan I do want to talk about, it is the manga version of Adult Gohan, because he did do stuff in the moral arc a little bit. He tried to help Goku and Vegeta in the moral arc, which is before the Tournament of Power, or I think maybe no, it's after Tournament of Power in the manga, but you get it. In that arc, Tournament of Power in the manga, he had a really good one-on-one fight with Caulifla, or not Caulifla, Kefla. Kefla, the fused version of Caulifla and Kale. He had a phenomenal fight with that. I remember a lot of people gave Gohan a lot of respect in the manga for that, because Toriyama and Toritaro were not, like, gonna let Gohan sit around like they did in the anime and just do Gohan dirty. They said, nah, we're gonna give Gohan a proper fight in the manga. And then in the moral arc, Gohan did do some things, but he was kind of on the back burner again and let Goku and Vegeta do a lot of the shit. And I'd argue for Moro and the Granola arc, too. I think he was on the back burner just taking care of his kids and doing basic Gohan things, at least for most of DBS and stuff like that. Other than that, I would say Gohan in the DBS movie, obviously Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2, all that stuff. Other than all that, he did obtain his Beast transformation in the superhero movie, which I will talk about the Heroes Gohan after this point, because Heroes Gohan and Main Gohan are two different things, and I didn't bring them up because I didn't think it was all that important. But anyways, as I was saying, Beast Gohan for me, and since this is the perfect time to discuss it, I don't know what happened to Lucas. I can't hear him. I even unmuted him, everything. I guess he glitched out of the party and all that stuff, but something happened and it's just not all that good. But anyways, Beast Gohan for me was one of the most disappointing transformations I have ever seen in Gohan's development. Because when I first saw Gohan Beast, I know there's a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans that are on, 50-50 with this form, right? A lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it, right? I do not understand how people can love this form, right? I mean, all I can understand, right, with Beast Gohan is that Gohan Beast is literally just Super Saiyan 2 Gohan all over again, right? With just way bigger hair. And, he's way stronger than when he was as a kid. And you can't tell me I'm wrong because, he was also in that same movie he got this form. He was fighting a version of Cell, which, obviously, they wanted to reference the Cell games and all that shit from his power from the past. And I guess this is like a new version of his power and all that other sort of stuff, right? It's like this weird, I don't know, Gohan SSJ2 hybrid thing.
Kind of glitched out.
Yeah, I know. That's why I took over Resurrection F and Battle of the Gods for Gohan for a little bit. And I'm talking about Beast real quick.
Alright. Now I'm going to take over from the Beast Gohan part. I already talked to you about it like in private, now I'm going to talk to the audience.
Yeah, go ahead. Let them know, man. Let them know.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys for a minute.
Yeah.
If anyone's still watching.
Yeah, there's like 5 people in here, so they're watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
First, to be honest, when I first heard about Beast Gohan, I wasn't really a big fan of it at first because it felt like a rehash of Super Saiyan 2 Team Gohan.
Yep.
But then after watching the movie, the transfer started to grow on me. I eventually started to like the form, honestly. I know you don't really agree with me, Alan, but that's just my opinion.
No, and I'm glad we have different opinions on this, because, you know, it makes the discussion more fun, you know. It isn't just, oh, yeah, I agree there. You know what I mean? Like, the whole video, you know.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of a discussion here, you know. We're supposed to have different takes and shit. But, yeah, but I can understand that, because I think that's how Louie and Chris felt about Gohan Beast 2. Like, they were just like, and by the way, Louie and Chris, for most of this video, they would have just said the same things and also added some of their own input. But I also just want to speak on their behalf since, you know, they're not in this video. Louie wants to die over there, as you can see a little bit of him. He just wants to stay asleep, and Ronnie said he won't be back for another 30 minutes. So,
the man's himself?
Yeah, the man's himself. Dead Lubit. Okay. But with all seriousness about Beast, that's honestly how I still feel that way about Beast. You know, mainly because I'm just like,
and I respect that.
I don't know. I just can't vibe with it because I wish it was something different. Like, Gohan could have gotten a whole new hairstyle. Gohan could have just gotten something, right? You know, they didn't even have to reference Super Saiyan 2. Fuck. They probably could have just made, like, something just better than, like, Ultimate Gohan being his final form. And I know, like, again, they were probably going to ruffle some feathers with, you know, Beast. And I think Toriyama knew that, you know, drawing this form and giving the animators the art for Beast and all that other sort of stuff. But anyways, back to what I was saying for Louie and Chris, you know, because I kind of got thrown off. I think that it grew on them, too. I think Beast grew on a lot of people. Like, everyone kind of felt like the same as me, but, like, you know, for a lot of people, when they started playing them in, you know, Xenoverse 2 and, not Fighters, but Xenoverse 2, Sparking Zero, you know, the other games, letting the form, like, settle into the Dragon Ball mythos. I think a lot of people were way less lenient or way less, you know, aggressive on the form and just kind of started to let it sink in, let it have its place in the Dragon Ball mythos and whatnot. Another thing we do need to talk about Beast, which I'm gonna find a new image for instead. Hold on, let me,
I think...
Go on DBS versus, DBS, Broly. This is something we need to discuss, because after this, I think Gohan's wrapped up other than Heroes.
Beast Gohan versus Legendary Super Saiyan EBS, that would be a fight that I would like to see.
Yeah, because in the manga, right, I think that's Goku versus Broly. That is not, Gohan versus Broly. Let me find a shot with Gohan versus Broly. I gotta find a shot with Gohan versus Broly. Hold on. But basically, you get it, right? We're gonna talk a little bit about Gohan versus Broly. Yeah, right here.
That fight is...
Gohan versus Broly. Right? I remember in the manga, people were flipping their shit about this. Because keep in mind, Broly up to this point has never met, like, any other of Goku's relatives, friends, nothing. Like, Broly has just been a Goku and Vegeta exclusive. Like, they're the only ones who are aware of Broly's power, aware of who Broly is, whatever. And I kind of like that Gohan and Broly had a nice greeting. Like, Gohan, like, greeted Broly, like, with respect and kindness and all that stuff before they started scrapping and stuff. And I also kind of like how Gohan and Broly were kind of, like, swapping hands with each other, because this also shows that Gohan Beast is right up there with Ultra Instinct Goku. This shows, because if you remember in the panels, like, Goku was in Ultra Instinct fighting Gohan Beast and Gohan was just straight up surpassing him in that fight too. I don't know if he fought Vegeta as well, but I know he fought Broly and Goku, which they showed in the manga panels. And Gohan's beast form was shown to be stronger. I remember a lot of people were feeling like, oh wow, so now Gohan Beast is like officially stronger than like Ultra Instinct, like perfected Ultra Instinct Goku too. It wasn't like regular Ultra Instinct, it was like Master Ultra Instinct Goku. And he's stronger than like Broly as Super Saiyan 1 and base Broly, obviously, right? And then, if I remember correctly, he also helped Broly progress through the fight too and helped him get like regular Super Saiyan and shit. In Gohan Beast's fight with him for a little bit. Which, I want to ask your thoughts on that. Like, what do you think about Gohan Beast being, like, the most powerful character, like, in, like, Dragon Ball right now? Like,
to be honest, I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I think it's fair for Gohan to be, like, stronger, like, be way stronger than Master Ultra Instinct Goku.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it would be obviously fair for him to be stronger than full power Super Saiyan or a legendary Super Saiyan. Because if I remember correctly, remember that if I know they have like the strongest Z fighters.
Yeah.
The first one being Broly, the other being Gogeta, which is the fusion of Goku and Vegeta for the Super Saiyans, and Gohan. If it was like Gohan not like being stronger than both Goku and Vegeta, but not being stronger than Broly, then I can live with that.
Well, because, like, for right now, right, Gohan Beast is stronger than Broly. Like, just straight up, he is stronger than Broly. Because Broly in base, if you remember the manga fight, he was fucking struggling to keep up. And then Super Saiyan, he kept up a little better. But everyone in the manga was saying, in between those panels, like Goku, Beerus, Whis, they were all saying, like, yeah, Gohan is still massively stronger, but Broly's still just trying to keep up, you know. I would say, like, since Broly, like, in DBS, he barely got any development, which is actually starting to piss me off, that DBS Broly is not getting the focus that he deserves.
He's not getting the spot. Yeah, give Broly the spotlight.
Yeah, DBS Broly deserves a lot more spotlight than just Goku Vegeta dealing with threats, man. We really need an arc where Broly's just doing more than just mastering his own powers. I want to see that shit in action. I want to see Broly get into another thing, but that isn't about it. We're about Gohan right now. And honestly, I remember as well, the last thing with the canon Gohan, before we talk about Heroes Gohan and stuff, and then we just end the video or whatever. I remember after the whole manga panels were coming out, it was way after that, when sadly Akira Toriyama passed away, rest in peace his soul. The series was kind of put on this weird semi-hiatus. And I remember Toru, like, about a month or so ago, when this video is being made, because this video / stream is being made, obviously, August 15th. So, way after, you know, Toriyama's passing, and a little bit after Toru said this, but Toru came out and said everybody now is like around the same level, like Gohan Beast, Orange Piccolo, Ultra Ego Vegeta, Ultra Instinct Mastered Goku, like they're all in a Broly Super Saiyan, they're like all a relative to each other, like no one's stronger than one another. They're all relative. And that is from Toru's words on Twitter, I think. Or from somebody who translated it on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken a little bit. And I think it's mainly because, if I remember correctly, like, the DBZ power scalers were taking things way out of hand. And you know how everyone feels about Dragon Ball power scalers a lot of the time. They're not the nicest people. They're like kind of the little bit ridiculous people, you know, and all that other sort of shit. But anyways,
yeah, people want to. If they have problems with power scaling, fair enough. Just don't have to keep on writing it like all the time.
Yeah, it's a whole thing that we probably should not get into. But anyways, let's get on to the last bit of this video.
ever since this video is about Gohan, let's add Gohan Black here too.
Yeah, we'll add him. We'll add him here.
Because,
we'll talk about him here.
Yeah, he still counts as Gohan after all.
He does, yeah. But anyway, so Heroes Gohan has 2 different variants, right? Or 3 different variants. Because he also has a... Obviously, we talked about Future Gohan having a variant. But we didn't bring up the Warrior in Black. So, this version of Gohan... Future Gohan, anyway, right? He is a version of Future Gohan that comes from a world where he actually genuinely believes that... if I'm not mistaken, he's kind of evil. A little bit. Like, man, because I think...
Like a villain.
Because I can't remember. I think he did become a menace, but it was because, like, Future Trunks in his timeline died. I don't know if Bulma survived in his timeline, but Future Trunks died, and that probably made Bulma hate Gohan a little bit, so I think he kind of went rogue because of that. And he started wearing, like, the black gi, and I think he even started believing what Goku Black was even saying, or some stupid shit like that. I can't remember all the details of this version of Future Gohan from Heroes all that much, other than, like... Yeah?
Can't really say much either, because I haven't really much watched the entirety of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, honestly, so I can't really say much about Heroes.
I just wanted to, like, give him, like, a quick mention before we move on to, like, SS4 and all that other sort of shit, because he did, as you can see here, he did go Super Saiyan for a little bit. I think he even helped Goku after a while, too, and then he also has that weird... Berserker, weird aura of Super Saiyan, that dark Berserker shit, as you can see here. He did have that...
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the promotional animes episode too. So yeah, I'm kind of aware of the same key that Cumber has.
Yeah, like, this Gohan has the same key as Cumber, or whatever the fuck, that evil, dark... weird energy that these guys have. Dragon Ball Heroes is fucking weird. Like, I thought Xenoverse was effing weird. Nah, dude. That dude is weird. But, anyways,
Dragon Ball Heroes has its perks, but also has its flaws.
Factual information. So, let us talk about Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, bro.
Super Saiyan 4 Gohan.
Alright.
Dude, I have a lot to say about this one.
Go ahead. You can take it before I start speaking.
Okay. Dude, this form is actually one of the sickest things I've seen, especially before the whole superhero thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was like this one dude. I'm gonna say,
yeah.
The part where Super Saiyan 4 Gohan showed up in the battle against Super 35, which is Super 17 used with Android 18, especially.
Oh my God, that's right. I remember Super 17 fused with Android 18 too. That's right.
Yeah, that was caused by Toa.
Yeah, Toa caused that. Oh my God, she's not only in Xenoverse, she's in Heroes too. God. But go ahead.
As a matter of fact, she was not playing around.
No, she wasn't. She was doing all sorts of bad shit. But back to Gohan, right?
Yes, sir. And when Gohan saw his friends getting folded, he was like, ah! And then he became Super Saiyan 4. And that form was absolute badass. And as a matter of fact, remember when you said in your Broly video that Dragon Ball Heroes is a, Super Saiyan 3 bargain sale?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna add this. It's also a Super Saiyan 4 bargain sale.
You know what? That's fair too, because I felt like everybody in that bitch was getting SS4. You got DBZ Broly SS4, Bardock SS4, Goku Vegeta SS4, Gogeta 4, Gohan 4. I was like, bro, just give Caulifla and Kale Super Saiyan 4 at this goddamn point if you're just gonna full Super Saiyan 4s and have everybody have it. God damn.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, give Turles that shit or some stupid shit. God damn.
Or even Goku Black.
Or even Goku Black. And sadly, he doesn't have it up to this point, but because Heroes, I think, stopped. But anyways, I digress, right? I want to add a little bit to Super Saiyan 4 Gohan. Since there isn't a whole lot to discuss about Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, I remember seeing this form, bro, and I was like, damn, I wish us Americans can experience SSJ4 Gohan. This is AIDS. the closest thing we got to Super Saiyan 4 Gohan back in the day, right? Before Heroes even came over to us, before we had Dokkan Battle and all that other sort of stuff with Super Saiyan 4 Gohan.
Yeah.
All we actually... Oh, shit. You know what I'm forgetting about Gohan? Hold on. We're going to have to do it right after this, because we are not forgetting this Gohan. It's kind of an important Gohan, folks. You're going to see him. You're going to realize real soon that we kind of fumbled the bag and forgot about this Gohan in the bag. But,
yeah.
Shit.
We're going to add Gohan Black in here too.
Gohan Black 2, trust. We didn't forget about him, but I'm talking about another Gohan that I'm going to pause the whole stream and pull up images for, because he needs a little bit, at least a little bit of screen time. I think the closest thing we got to Gohan 4 anyway, for us Americans, was like, I think a fan manga called Dragon Ball Absalon, if I'm not mistaken, where Gohan had Super Saiyan 4, or AF, yeah, AF. Where Gohan had Super Saiyan 4, but he wasn't, like, strong enough to defeat X or something. I know that's complete fan Dragon Ball stuff, but keep this in mind. That was one of the few things that actually gave us, like, Gohan SSJ4, you know, other than, like, Heroes over there and shit. That was actually really cool. But I remember when I first saw Gohan Super Saiyan 4, during that whole Heroes little promo little thing, I thought that was one of the coolest things ever. I thought Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, that is well-deserved. And he didn't transform it like Goku nor Vegeta. He got so pissed he transformed into it. I respect that. You know, like in comparison to like fucking Vegeta where you unlocked it through Blux Waves. Anyways, moving on from Gohan SS4, we have another Gohan we need to discuss. We'll be back. And here it is. We forgot about this man.
Yeah. GT Gohan! I forgot about him!
Yeah, see, that's exactly what I was talking about. We forgot all about GT Gohan in this video. Have to bring him up here, since we talked about the main timeline future, and then, you know, Heroes variants of Gohan. We might as well bring up GT Gohan here, too. Honestly, GT Gohan did not do all that much. He was in, like, Episode 1 helping Bulma with the spaceship to help Goku go get the Black Star Dragon Balls.
Yeah, the first GT arc was pretty much recycled Dragon Ball.
Yeah, like getting to know everybody again, / seeing them all again. Like, what was this, like, alternative take after Z? Because there was, keep in mind, guys, when GT first came out, there was no Super. There was no Heroes. I mean, there probably was Heroes, but you get the point. There was no, like, Dragon Ball Super, no Dragon Ball Daima. Oh my god, we need to talk about the Daima variant of Gohan, too. That is something we need to discuss as well. So we need to get on that as well. After GT, we'll talk about Daima Gohan for a little bit, like 2 seconds. Then we'll talk about Gohan Black, and then we're fucking done. But I almost said Gohan Black. You're right. Lucas is absolutely right here. Gohan did not do much in the first arc. And then I would argue the only time Gohan really did anything was the baby saga when he got possessed and fought Goku for a little bit. That was something.
The Shadow Dragons.
And then in the... Yeah, you're absolutely right. The Shadow... No, remember... before the Shadow Dragons arc, Gohan did do something. He fought General Rildo when all the villains from Hell were leaking back to Earth during the Super 17 arc. If you remember, he fought General Rildo by himself.
I remember now.
Yeah, with no knowledge and shit. He fought him for a little bit.
Nobody can beat me when I'm Super 17.
Oh my god, stop, dude. Just stop. Why do you almost sound like him? Oh god. But then after, like, you know, him fighting Rildo, I think everybody did try to help Vegeta as well, like, fight Super 17. Gohan was there, Goten, Oob, all of them were there trying to help defeat Super 17. But, you know, it's kind of funny that GT Vegeta ended up being the strongest warrior outside of, like, Goku in GT. Funny, I thought it'd be Gohan, but, hey, it's whatever. But, yeah, other than that... Yeah, this Gohan didn't really do a lot. Honestly, I would argue GT Gohan. Actually, you know what? Fun fact about GT Gohan, he actually did train, like, outside of, like, work, he would train. So technically, this would be like a stronger Gohan than like the Daima version, and a stronger Gohan than most of DBS Gohan, to be honest. Because he still had Super Saiyan 1, he was basically being a scholar and the fighter life. Basically what everybody wanted, GT Gohan is that in spades. But too bad GT was the Goku show, so we didn't get a lot of Gohan action. And honestly, I would have loved some straight up fights from Gohan. Actual Gohan, not baby possessed Gohan, but actual fights from Gohan. I would have loved that from GT.
Yeah, I would like to see fight against the Shadow Dragons.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah, not Goku time. I wish GT was just written better and just they done something with all the characters, not just a little bit of the few. And if I remember correctly, everybody in GT wanted Gohan to be a part of that team, like the Gohan Trunks to go get the Dragon Balls. They really wanted Gohan to be a part of that. Like if you remember episode 1 where they were gonna go on the ship, they really wanted Gohan to be a part of that ship. I did too. I remember when I first watched GT, I wanted that.
The first sin of GT was turning Goku back into a kid.
Actually, matter of fact, Gohan actually was preparing himself for the trip, but Pancot blocked him. Because Gohan was grabbing supplies like food, water, all that shit for their trip.
Yeah. Dude, GT has a lot of things that could have been done a lot better.
Facts. Factual information.
If they actually put Gohan in there instead of Pan, the Black Star Saga would have been way better in my opinion.
Oh, dude, a lot of things would have been leagues better if Gohan would have won GT. But anyways, other than like GT Gohan glazing, let's get out of here. We gotta talk about Daima for like 5 seconds. Alright, we're back again, and now we have to talk about Gohan from Dragon Ball Daima. This was arguably the most disappointing Gohan in the entire Dragon Ball franchise. I thought Resurrection F was bad, and the whole Dragon Ball superhero shit was bad. This was ultimately worse. Not only they made Gohan revert back to a fucking kid, which he should have had his Teen Gohan / Kid Gohan hairstyle. I don't know why he still had his
nothing with him.
Huh? They did absolutely nothing with him. All they did was give him flashback scenes and little, like, beautifully animated, like, flashback panels of Gohan versus Super Buu. That's literally all this nigga got. And then maybe 1 or 2 frames of him being a kid. And that was it for Gohan in the entire series of Daima. And it was so bad.
And what angers me is that this man did not even get spotlight.
Nah, bro. And honestly, he could have went on the trip with Goku and Vegeta and them. And that would have been cool seeing Kid Gohan try to shine. Like Daima Gohan try to get some type of shine or like a new semi-form for himself and Goku Vegeta. It would have been cool. But for some reason...
If I were to make Dragon Ball Daima Season 2, I would have put at Gohan on a trip and like giving him a bit more spotlight without taking spotlight from other characters.
Yeah, dude, and it's like, I swear to God, it's like Gohan, like I noticed in like modern day Dragon Ball, is not even a character. He's more of a plot device that needs to be used for shit in the moment, and it's honestly getting so bad, I feel like, to a point where it's like, bro, what is the point of Gohan even doing anything if he's just gonna do one thing for, like, he's like Corey Kenshin, you know, like how he shows up for 1 week and then dips? That's basically Gohan's character. We'll basically give Gohan character whenever we want to, or we want to write out of an issue, we'll just write Gohan there instead. So he gets a new power. Then that's what a lot of people were getting pissed at Gohan's like development in the last few years was because like he was only there when the plot wanted him to be. You know, like he's irrelevant otherwise, like completely irrelevant otherwise, and it sucks. I wish Time of Gohan got more love. But anyways, let's be done talking about Time of Gohan because the more I talk about him, the more disappointed I get.
And Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Yeah.
And not only that, but they
Yeah.
They gave Gohan more screen time or more spotlight.
They did. A fucking video game gave Gohan more spotlight than
And
what is it?
What the original anime or manga weren't able to.
Yep. I mean, it is a game, so they have a lot more leeway with the game than in comparison to the anime. So let's be fair. Let's be fair on that one, bro. But yeah, but
Gohan Black.
Yeah, Gohan Black, right?
Some people, he was just like more unique in a matter than like Goku Black.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit different.
Yeah, because I remember like when Sparking Zero first came out, that this was the biggest reveal in the entire game. Like when people were playing the story mode, it was Gohan Black. He was like, I remember Louis' first reaction. I remember every YouTuber's first reaction to the character. Gohan Black was like one of the coolest things Dragon Ball's ever did, and one of the coolest what-ifs Dragon Ball's ever had. And this was every fan's dream in a way, because I remember when the Goku Black Saga first came out, people were wondering, why wasn't it future Gohan Black? Or why wasn't it Gohan, like present-day Gohan Black? Why wasn't it Gohan? Or Goten would have been cool. Or somebody else that Goku Black took over instead of just Goku. Why the fuck did that have to be Goku? And Sparking Zero gave us like a new type of way to think about it by giving us Gohan instead. And since I didn't really play like Sparking Zero, like the story mode with Gohan Black, I normally would let Louis take over, but since he's dead...
But I've watched a video about Gohan Black.
Yeah, go ahead, take over.
One thing that I actually find there's one thing that I actually find it really cool that makes Gohan Black stand out from Goku Black.
Yeah, go ahead, what is it?
The thing is, they curved the ball, and instead of giving Gohan a Super Saiyan Rose form, they gave us Ultimate Gohan Black.
I mean, that makes sense. Since he is in Gohan's body, they're not going to go and do Goku's terminology for a transformation or so. They're just going to go with what Gohan has. You know?
Makes a lot of sense for, like, Gohan to obviously not have Super Saiyan Blue. Because that would make, like, I would honestly like to have, for it just to be Goku and Vegeta exclusive.
I mean, I would say Blue right now already kind of feels like it is, because every other character has like a different form, and actually I would argue Blue Goku and Vegeta doesn't even matter anymore, since they have Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, two different forms already that are better than those two forms. So I don't think it would have mattered too much if Goku Black just tapped more into Gohan Saiyan shit and just went Rose, like Gohan Black Rose. That would have been really cool too. I would argue like Ultimate, like Gohan Black was cool, but I would argue like I think Rose Gohan Black would have been cooler, just because of the fact that Gohan would have tapped into, like, since Zamasu was using Gohan's body, it would have been just Zamasu using the same Saiyan heritage thing, or maybe go a step beyond. That would have been even cooler. But the fact that they went with Ultimate Gohan Black is also really cool too.
And I like where Murray Zamasu had a different hairstyle.
That's right. Hold on. Let me find an image where it was like that.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, there it is. This was what looked like if the Gohan Black shit went in instead of the... What is it? Instead of the Goku Black shit, like his hair is so much smaller. It honestly looks so much cooler on Zamasu to have that look and feel to it. It looks so damn cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I remember, like, a lot of people wanted to even unlock Gohan Black as, like, a secret character or as an unlockable, but the game didn't allow it, and it made people very sad. I mean, actually, no, people did figure out how to play Gohan Black, but I think it got banned quickly after, or banned in an update quickly after, so it didn't last long. But I felt like the Gohan Black, Zamasu Black was really cool.
They're gonna probably add Gohan Black and Zamasu Gohan Black version in the near future.
Yeah, maybe as a DLC or something. So that's cool.
And also, can you go to the corrupted version?
Oh my God, that's right. He had a corrupted version too. I'm forgetting. Yeah, here it is. This is the best shot I can get, but oh wait, no, this is better. I got it. Yep. Yeah, check it out right here. He also had a corrupted state too. Zamasu had a corrupted Gohan Black state, which I thought was cool as well.
Yeah, the masturbation hand.
The gigantic masturbation hand. Yep. That was the Gwen Quagmire shit in spades, like in anime for the first time. The Gwen Quagmire porn scene where he just jacked off with his one hand for so long he got jacked. But anyways, other than that, this was a cool form. Honestly, if you want to know the events, it kind of just played out the same as like the regular Zamasu shit. For anyone wondering, like there wasn't really that much of a difference.
Except that instead of the spirit bombs, I'm gonna say the ending of the Goku Black art is so much different compared to the Goku Black art.
It is.
Yes, and instead of Trunks having the Spirit Bomb sword.
See, look how raw that would have been. That would have been raw as shit. Yeah.
The balls up. He just both Trunks and Gohan used the Mafuba technique. Just kills Zamasu.
That's right. They used the Mafuba because in the anime they failed, but here they legit.
They succeeded.
Yeah, they legit. What is it? Yeah, they legit succeeded. Oh my God. Oh yeah, that's right. And Gohan. Oh my God. After this, are we forgetting any other Gohan?
Let's see.
I really don't think we are, to be honest.
Let's see if there's like a Xeno Gohan. If there is
a Xeno Gohan. All right, I'll look that up for a second.
Let's not forget.
Are these fuckers gonna make? Alright. This is Xeno Gohan, right? So this Gohan is based off GT, obviously, with the glasses and shit. So, and if you don't know what Xeno Gohan is, slash Heroes Gohan, think of like... think of Xeno Goku, the way he looked with his Super Saiyan 4 and shit. That's basically what this Gohan is, right? He can basically do anything GT Gohan can do in spades. His Super Saiyan is way stronger than normal GT Gohan's. His base is way stronger. He doesn't have a lot of feats, but that fit he's wearing is really cool. He's also the one that has Super Saiyan 4. He has Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, all the above. And, oh yeah, there also is, I think, a manga version of it. Just can't remember all that much of it.
How many Gohans are they gonna make?
It exists.
Yes.
It exists, you know. It's just there. In my opinion, Xeno Gohan is just there. Yeah. But I think that's the last Gohan we're gonna talk about in this video, unless. Oh God! Yes. Unless he has a fusion. I mean, I think Gohan has a couple fusions. Let me check.
Let's talk about the. If you want, then we can add a fan-made fusion or two. Then maybe we can actually finish the bit.
Oh yeah, wasn't Gohanks actually a thing? Gohanks, yeah, wasn't he a thing? This was like mainly a Heroes thing where Gohan and Trunks actually fused. I always wanted Gohan and Trunks to fuse. We're not going to talk too much about them since we don't know too much.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The design's kind of cool.
Yeah, that design is cool. And I think Gohan did fuse with a few other people, which we'll just say that's fucking cool and probably end it there. Alright, well, since this is Lucas's birthday video, he can do the outro for us, and we can end it off there, bro.
Alright. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys really enjoyed this video on Alan's channel, then make sure to hakai the like button, masenko the subscribe button, and black the notification bell so you can be notified when this man uploads new content.
Thank you. And once again, happy birthday, Lucas. Happy birthday to you, bro.
Thanks, Alan.
No problem,
and
man.
Thank you for the opportunity for the Gohan discussion video.
Yeah, anytime, man. Anytime you want to do another one or something, just, just be like, hey, I want to do another one. And I'll be like, yeah, we can just do another one with just the two of us and shit or something. If Louie and Chris are dead
maybe
or...
like Piccolo or Future Trunks. For me, I'm fine.
Yep. Oh, damn, Future Trunks. That would be another worthy discussion because there's a lot to talk about there. But yeah, until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching my Gohan discussion video. Peace.
Bye.